As stakeholders, especially now that many of the deregistered political parties seek legitimacy and succor from the court, and INEC reasserting its commitment and resolve to clean up the electoral system, the Interim Management Committee, steering affairs of the 18 registered political parties in the country, will not detain itself to undertake crucial functions beholden to it to exercise towards promoting dialogue and adjudicating between and among the political parties and several stakeholders seeking to reach out and engage with registered political parties under the banner of IPAC. In furtherance of above, the state chapters of IPAC is hereby directed to amicably replicate the institution of an interim management committee to oversee the affairs of the council in their respective states, pending when election is to be conducted.
We look at the provision of the Code of Conduct of IPAC. The Code of Conduct clearly states that this is a Code of Conduct for registered political parties. So any political party that is registered ceases to be member of IPAC from that day until when they are registered. So as they went to court, we are now waiting for the verdict of the court. If court decides that they should come back, they can come back and take over. This is an interim, not to allow vacuum to continue. IPAC is the umbrella body of registered political parties. So these political parties have to have, a standing organization that will be monitoring the activities of IPAC. We cannot just sit down and be waiting until when court takes final decision. That is why we came on board to save the situation and to make sure that the management of political party goes in one direction. We're not fighting anybody. This interim national, committee of IPAC is in accordance with the provision of the Code of Conduct. Because the Code of Conduct clearly states it's only registered political parties that are members of IPAC.
I've been at the forefront of this agitation that in a country of over 200 million people, it's not correct for anybody to think that 92 political parties are too many. I've said that on there so many times, and I will continue to say it. But the truth is that we need to move this country forward. We are politicians. Nature abhors vacuum.
That's it.
One day, in fact, before we took this decision, before the parties sat down to take this decision, it took us about 5, 6, 7 days before we sat down.
Yeah.
So we sat down, we took this decision. If there are any number of parties from this side, that is the side that is still recognized, that are showing solidarity for the other side, maybe 1 or 2. And in a democracy, you don't expect that the whole 18 will flow along one line. So if out of 18 you have 1 or 2 doing what is not correct, it's not a reason why the train should stop.